Welcome back to Buzz at BTC. I'm Mark Borowitz.
And I'm Jen Thompson.
Once again, Jen and I are here to save you from a 2-hour Zoom meeting.
You're welcome.
We know you all have some level of Zoom fatigue, so we will do our best to keep this program rolling.
Taking a look at today's top stories, Blackhawk Technical College is kicking off a new semester. COVID-19 continues to impact operations, a focus on co-curricular offerings, a new care center, and we celebrate some new faces at the college.
Let's jump right into the news, shall we? There's a lot happening at BTC. And as the college embarks on a new semester, we go now to Blackhawk President, Dr. Tracy Pierner.
Good morning and welcome to a new semester at Blackhawk Technical College. Unfortunately, we're not able to do this in person, although some of you are probably relieved that you can fast forward and don't have to listen to me as long. Either way, what a difference a year makes. 1 year ago, we met in our commons and discussed our plan moving forward. Who would have thought that our world would get turned upside down approximately 8 weeks later? Yet, the pandemic has not deterred us. We have continued moving forward with our strategic plan and continue to transform our campus and create new programs to serve our community. And through the hard work by our outstanding faculty and staff, we have lived out our vision and our mission. In the midst of this pandemic, we have many things to be grateful for. We have been a leader in our response to COVID-19. Everyone at Blackhawk Technical College has embraced our mission of providing a supportive environment in a very trying time. Examples include the use of the student cupboard, mental health counseling provided to our students, free laptops for all students who need access to a computer, free hotspots to students who need access to the internet, free transportation through our shuttle system, our free flu shots that we provided, and free COVID testing for our community, and not to mention the use of Starfish that allows for proactive advising and outreach to our students. And proudly, we kept the choice in students' hands, not ours. Through solid safety protocols and your support, we remained open and safe for hands-on education. In November, we revised our 7-stage reopening plan, and currently we are in stage 4 and anticipate being at this stage continuing throughout the greater portion of spring semester. This said, good news is on the horizon. We seem to be getting closer to the other side of this pandemic. Most importantly, there is a lot of good news coming out about vaccines. As a college, we are starting to turn our attention from testing to vaccinations. And for the college, fortuitously, almost 2 years ago, the college made the decision to submit our application to the South Central Wisconsin Healthcare Emergency Readiness Coalition, that's a mouthful, to become a closed point of dispensing. Run through the CDC nationally, a point of dispensing, or POD, is a site for mass medication distribution in the event of a public health emergency, such as a disease outbreak. Our application was approved, and college planning began on how to respond to a national pandemic even before the COVID pandemic hit. Because of this, the college has been at the table in our community's response to this disease. We have been in regular communication with public health officials and area hospitals. We have participated in regional vaccination training exercises, and we've been invited to join the Rock County Vaccination Advisory Committee. Our preparations have begun as a possible vaccination site, and as a result, we have purchased a freezer capable of storing the vaccines. We have completed the necessary paperwork with CDC and has established a medical director for our site. And we are also preparing to transition to an open POD, which means that we're open to the public if needed by our community. A closed POD means that our staff and faculty, their families, and our students would have access to the vaccination. An open POD means that we would administer to the public. So what does this mean for us? Well, if the PODs are activated as vaccination sites, we are ready and able to perform this service for you and for our community. The truth is, we have been a leader in our response to COVID-19, setting the example not only for other colleges, but for other businesses and organizations in our region. We have been a leader in our safety protocols. We have been a leader in investigations and contact tracing. We have been a leader in providing opportunities for testing, and we will be a leader in providing vaccinations. We are hopeful to be a part of the solution to this pandemic, not part of the problem, and hopeful that by summer we get back to the new normal. Thank you all for your unwavering commitment to the success of our students and for the support of one another.
Thanks, Dr. Pierner, for that message. The college had approximately 376 COVID investigations during the fall semester. 2/3 of those were students. At the end of the fall semester, there were only 25 open cases. Investigations included not only positive cases of COVID-19, but also included individuals who were symptomatic or had experienced an exposure to COVID-19. You know, Jen, I was told there would be no math involved in this.
Mark, our math faculty would tell you there's always math involved.
Yes, indeed.
Or if you need some extra help, you could always stop by the tutoring center. They even offer tutoring online.
Even better.
Even better. So that's great information, Mark. The college is grateful at the high level of cooperation from students and employees to self-identify and self-report to campus safety investigators. On behalf of everyone at BTC, we extend a special thank you to the incident management team for leading us through this pandemic. We know your work is not done. We appreciate your perseverance and your dedication to keeping all of us safe.
We will be back after this commercial break. Welcome back. This semester, committees have been hard at work on strategic projects. One of those is the focus on starfish implementation at Blackhawk. Jen has the latest on all that. We will get to that in a moment, but first, let's do a check on weather. For that, we go out to Monroe, where Kathy Winkler has a report.
Yeah, looks good.
Thank you, Kathy. That was so helpful. And now we go to Jen, who is live in the studio today with special guest star Dr. Melissa Lenta, registrar and starfish guru at Blackhawk Technical College.
Thank you, Mark. Welcome to Blackhawk Cares, a time during our broadcast where we examine an area of the college that lives out our mission of supportive environment. Today, my socially distanced guest in the studio is Dr. Melissa Lenta, who is the registrar and starfish administrator here at the college. We are excited to learn more about starfish implementation today. It is one of our strategic projects here at the college. We're going to learn about how faculty and staff are using the platform, how it is helping to support our students. Melissa, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
For those of us who may not know what Starfish is, maybe tell us a little bit about what that tool does for the college.
Starfish is our student support retention tool. It helps to connect students to their faculty, staff, and other resources at the college to best support them in their success and the achievement of their goals.
That sounds incredible, and it sounds like it does a lot. So tell me a little bit about the functionality of Starfish. So what can Starfish specifically do to connect faculty, staff, and students?
So some of the things that are amazing about how Starfish can help students is an opportunity for faculty and staff to raise kudos on students. That's where they can give that little shout out of, hey, I see you, I see the good work that you're doing, and really acknowledge students and let them know that someone's looking out for them and see not only things that aren't going so well, but things that are.
That's incredible. So how many kudos would you say we've given out this fall?
So we have given out almost 5,000 kudos to over 1,000 different students. So students, 75% of our student body has received kudos this fall semester.
It sounds like it has a really big impact on student retention. Have we seen that students who receive kudos or other encouragement through Starfish, does that impact retention?
I think it does. We haven't looked specifically at kudos, but one of the other components of Starfish that is a real benefit to students is that if a student is maybe struggling a little bit and needs to be connected to individuals or resources at the college, faculty and staff can raise what we call flags on those students. That connects them to potentially their academic advisor or maybe the tutoring center or academic coaching, and gets them that connection that they need. What we have found is that when those flags are raised and that the advisor positively closes or makes that connection with a student, that students have a greater chance of being retained, and almost 78% greater chance of being retained from one semester to the other. So they're really helping when we make those connections with students using the flags. And then every student's dashboard is what it's called in Starfish. Their support network or their success network is in there, which includes their faculty for the semester. So every semester that group of success network changes with the classes that they're in. It includes their academic advisor, and it always includes our school counselor and case manager. So they know right away who's there to help support their success throughout the semester.
That is so great. I think that sometimes we might feel lost as individuals because we don't know who our people are, and it sounds like it's right there when you log into Starfish. This is just a great resource that we have here at the college. And is this the first year that we've used Starfish?
So we started fall of 19. That was the very first pilot semester that we've used it. And since then, it's just grown. Some of the opportunities that we used Starfish for during the pandemic were to check in with kiosks virtually. So students could still check in and out of labs through a virtual kiosk. We used referrals, so to connecting students to being able to access laptops or the hot spots and connecting them to people who could help them receive one. We also did that if students were maybe missing on Blackboard for a few days, that a flag would be raised in the system to have somebody reach out to the student and say, hey, what's going on? So all kinds of different ways that we used Starfish throughout the pandemic to make sure students knew that we were here for them and to connect them to those resources.
That's really great, Melissa. Have you received any feedback from students about how they feel about the platform?
I have heard from a number of faculty who are the ones where the flags and the kudos are coming from, that they really appreciated having those connections, knowing that somebody was looking out for them. So even if it was a flag that was maybe had this negative, like the student isn't doing so well, someone was noticing them and they were motivated to connect to those resources. Because we're starting to see how it benefits them, it's helping to teach and educate students as well on the benefits and uses of Starfish.
It is so important, it sounds like, that we are all engaging in the Starfish platform so that we can all do our part to help retain students and to help support our students. Melissa, do you have anything that you want to add about Starfish today?
Well, if I could just share one story that I heard recently from a faculty member. So Erica Fenton has been working a lot with Starfish, and one of the things that we were trying to do for the spring semester was to acknowledge students who had registered for the spring semester or who maybe had not registered yet for the spring semester, to understand why they weren't registering or to provide them with help. So she had sent a kudos to students who had registered already and received a message back saying, wow, thank you. I didn't know that anybody was really looking. So again, it's about that connection and being seen. We all want to be seen. And this is one way to let students know that we are here with that supportive environment to help them.
So Melissa, thanks for joining me today. It was so great to learn more about Starfish and how it is helping to support our students. And it's more important to know how we can help all of our students feel connected right here at BTC. So we'll be back to the news desk after this quick break.
Sounds like there's a lot of great things going on in student services. We are back in the studio with the latest Around Campus, where we let you know what's up, what's going on, what's around campus right now. First things first, we've added a few new employees to our team since our last in-service in August. Shall we meet them? We shall. Here they are. Kimberly Graham, Student Success Specialist. Jasmine Barnhill, Academic Advisor. Sandy Pecklow, WCD Administrative Assistant. Rob Hollenbach, Math Division Lab Technician.
That's great to have so many awesome new teammates here at the college. In addition, we have had a few employees take on new roles. Those include Julie Losi, Associate Degree Nursing Instructor, and Adrian Sanchez, ERP Business Analyst.
Here at BTC, we strive to create a supportive environment. Co-curricular activities are a focus of one of BTC's strategic projects. Under the direction of Alicia Aker and the Co-curricular Committee, they have made some great strides in creating ways to engage students outside of the classroom. These opportunities help students become more employable. Educational research has shown that students who are involved outside of the class are more successful. Here are the ways BTC students can step up for success. Get involved in student organizations. Take advantage of student employment opportunities such as internships, peer advising, peer tutoring, or work study. Become a leader through Crasier Leadership Program, National Society of Leadership and Success, Student Government Association, or as a WTCS ambassador. Or complete professional development opportunities like job shadowing, mock interviews, attending industry conferences, or pursuing a certificate of professional development. For more information about co-curricular activities, contact Alicia at careercenter@blackhawk.edu.
In our last broadcast, the BTC Foundation Director, Lisa Herda, was on the show to launch the new Ideal Opportunity Scholarship. We are excited to announce that after a search and interview process, the foundation has selected and awarded the scholarship to a current BTC student. Watch your BTC updates for more information on the scholarship recipient. Donations to the BTC Foundation can be made by running up to Lisa directly, stopping at a responsible 6-foot social distance and throwing cash or checks her way. Please avoid throwing change as she is a human and not a wishing pond. You may also make a donation via payroll deduction or online using a debit or credit card.
You know, Jen, I was told in the last newscast that I don't smile enough, so... Oh, wait a minute. Jen, I'm getting breaking news here. I've just received breaking news story. A recount is being demanded in the recent election. We take you now to Dr. Pierner, who is live on Central Campus.
In November, the college had a very important referendum question on the ballot. And in light of the results and the potential problems with our election system, I'm demanding a recount. This project is far too important for this community for us not to have the...
Hey, it passed.
I am against a recount. We need to stand firm on these election results. Our system is the best in the world.
was something.
Too soon? Mark and I are going to take a few minutes to regroup. We will be back with more from Dr. Pierner after this commercial break.
Even in a tough year, our work continues to transform the college and be recognized for what we are, our community's single most important higher education component to economic and workforce development. When we set out on our new strategic plan 4 years ago, we focused on developing flexible education options that met our students' needs while supporting students throughout their journey. Who would have thought back then how important this mission would become in March of 2020? Let's pause and ask some questions. What lessons did we learn? Where do we go from here? What will define BTC once things go back to normal? What will separate us from others moving forward? And what becomes our standard delivery as we move to the future? These are the questions that must be addressed and answered by you. Luckily, many of the answers may lie in the work of our current strategic plan. Last summer, we launched a revised 3-year plan that will take us to 2023. The plan represents our large goals and projects. These items will continue to propel BTC forward as a leader in higher education and workforce development. The strategic plan focuses on 5 areas. They include flexible learning, educational excellence, data-informed decision-making, improving our college environment, and improving operational effectiveness. Within these 5 areas, there are 15 projects. So where did those projects go? Well, 11 of them were assigned to our new Strategic Leadership Committee structure. 2 of them have been assigned to Executive Council, and 2 have been assigned to task forces or work groups created specifically for those particular projects. And these are major projects, and we don't expect them to be completed this year. What else is happening at Blackhawk Technical College? Well, you know, we launched new programs this year and more coming next year. These include manufacturing engineering technology, dental hygiene for next year, and this last year we launched mortuary science, central service technician, behavioral technician, and automated systems technology. Also, we have program accreditations that are going on. We had a successful visit for culinary arts. Surgical technology has submitted their self-study, and we also have an upcoming dental hygiene self-study that will be worked on, and we had a successful visit in physical therapy assistant. We realize that our service to our community is about more than new programs and offerings. We realize that we need to provide more support for our students. We need to continue establishing a growth mindset philosophy at the college, continue focusing on universal design for learning, aggressively identifying open educational resources for our courses, and we also need to continue enhancing the student experience at Blackhawk Technical College. Things like creating a care center, even establishing sports programs, and we do continue to develop the student housing project in collaboration with the Blackhawk Technical College Foundation. And in fact, by leveraging the foundation to solicit more support for our students through things like the Blackhawk Fund, we are creating opportunities for our students. In addition, those that are unaware, we did launch a program for the underserved, and it is called the Ideal Opportunity Scholarship Program. And the first candidate was selected starting in this spring term. In addition, by providing resources to our nursing students is another important component, as we have great news and we have successfully concluded our $1 million campaign for the Nancy B. Parker Nursing Scholarship Fund. In addition, by maintaining state-of-the-art facilities through planned renovations of the new student union a community conference area, renovation of the 1500 wing, and yes, that includes our new Public Safety and Transportation Center. This project will take many years to complete, but Phase 1 work has already begun. So just to go through this, Phase 1 is focused on the Center for Transportation Studies and the fire tower. So board is expected to award contracts this month for construction that will begin spring and summer of 2021, concluding in fall of 2021. In the meantime, Phase 2 will begin. Well, what's Phase 2? Phase 2 is the concrete site work and outbuildings for the facility. We expect a spring design, so spring 2021, with a fall 2021 construction timeline. Then, in parallel with all of that, in summer of 2021, we will begin development of the Public Safety and Workforce Development Building, with construction slated to begin spring of 2022 and a grand opening in 2023, with an expected 18-month construction timeline for that building alone. Finally, one last note. We have updated our brand. I hope you like it. And thanks again for all you do.
We're back. As we wrap up today's newscast, we have a few additional pieces of information to keep you in the loop at Blackhawk Technical College. First up, Intranet versus MyBTC. MyBTC is the student and employee portal at the college where you can access things that are connected with Banner. It's a great launching point for other technology tools that we have here at the college. The intranet, a newly designed intranet, was just launched over winter break. If you have any feedback about the intranet or it's missing anything, please direct questions or comments to communications@blackhawk.edu.
What is Service Pro? What is Service Pro? Jen, what is Service Pro?
You don't know what Service Pro is?
I'm sorry. What is Service Pro? Service Pro, let me tell you about Service Pro. Service Pro is the help desk of all help desks. If you need assistance in IT, if you need assistance with institutional research, if you need assistance in CETL, the Service Pro ticket is your ticket.
The laptop loan program ran through the college library allows students the opportunity to check out laptops, hotspots, and other technological devices on intervals of either 1 week or full semesters. If you have students who are in need of technology to help them be successful, have them reach out to Madeline in the college library.
Can I get like an iPad or something through that too?
No, but I bet if you call Carrie Arnold, she probably has a hookup for an old iPad.
I call Carrie Arnold for
Call
that.
Carrie Arnold. Who are you going to call?
Carrie Arnold.
Carrie Arnold. That's right.
Budget software. Vena. Vena is the new budget software. We're excited that Vena is joining our team here at Blackhawk Technical College to help us with budget planning throughout this next year. It'll be great, it'll be new, it'll be fresh, it'll be dynamic, it'll be the greatest budget software known to mankind. Look for it. Training's coming early January.
Buzz at BTC magazine is now available. Pick it up at your different campus locations, not at newsstands. They don't exist.
Well, thank you for joining us here at Buzz at BTC. My script is completely empty right now, so we want to thank you again for tuning in. Hopefully you got a lot of great information out of this broadcast.
We hope you all have a safe and wonderful semester. Wear your face mask and stay 6 feet apart. From all of us here at Buzz at BTC, that's it.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great semester.